It started with a whisper. A lie so small, I almost didn't notice it. But whispers have a way of growing, of twisting into something monstrous, and before I knew it, my entire life was engulfed in a fire I didn't start. This is the story of how a rumor nearly destroyed me, and how the truth, in the most unexpected way, set me free. My name is Alex, and until a few months ago, I was just a regular person trying to make it in the creative industry. I had a small but growing online community, a job I was passionate about, and a best friend, Clara, who I thought was my biggest supporter. We met in college, two ambitious artists ready to take on the world. We shared everything: our dreams, our fears, our late-night instant noodle creations. She was the one I called when I landed my first big project, and I was the one who cheered her on when she felt like giving up. We were inseparable. Or so I thought. The project was a dream come true, a commission for a brand I'd admired for years. It was a huge step for my career, and I poured my heart and soul into it. I'd spend hours sketching, refining, and perfecting every detail. Clara was right there with me, offering feedback, bringing me coffee, and telling me how proud she was. But as the project gained momentum and my work started getting noticed, something shifted. The compliments became backhanded. "Wow, you're so lucky you got this," she'd say, with an edge to her voice I chose to ignore. I wish things just fell into my lap like that. I brushed it off as stress. We were both under pressure, and jealousy is a human emotion, right? I tried to be a good friend, offering to help with her portfolio, suggesting collaborations. But the distance grew. Our coffee dates became shorter, our conversations more strained. The warmth that had defined our friendship was replaced by an icy tension. Then the whispers started. It began online, with anonymous comments on my posts. "Heard you stole this concept from another artist. Isn't it funny how your style suddenly changed right after you saw Clara's new sketchbook?" At first, I dismissed them as typical internet trolls. Haters gotta hate, you know. I blocked the accounts and tried to move on. But the comments kept coming, more specific, more venomous. They mentioned private conversations, ideas I had only shared with Clara. A cold dread started to creep into my heart. It couldn't be, could it? The online whispers soon spilled into my real life. Colleagues started acting distant. Mutual friends would stop talking when I walked into a room. The brand I was working with called me in for a chat. They'd received an anonymous email, full of evidence that I had plagiarized my entire project from an up-and-coming artist who was too afraid to speak out. The evidence was a collection of my early, discarded sketches, framed alongside some of Clara's recent work. They were twisted and taken out of context to build a narrative that I was a fraud. My heart shattered. The one person I trusted most in the world was systematically trying to tear it down. I tried to defend myself. I showed them my full creative process, my inspiration boards, my dated digital files. But the seed of doubt had been planted. The brand put my project on hold, pending an internal investigation. My dream was turning into a public nightmare. I felt like I was drowning. My online community, the one I had built with so much love and authenticity, was now a battleground. Half of them were defending me, but the other half were calling me a thief, a liar. The constant notifications, the hateful messages, the feeling of being judged by thousands of strangers, it was suffocating. I confronted Clara. I went to her apartment, the place where we'd shared so many secrets, and asked her why. She didn't even try to deny it. Her face was a mask of cold resentment. "You don't deserve it," she said, her voice dripping with venom. "You've always had it easy. People just like you. I work twice as hard and get half the recognition. It's my turn to be in the spotlight." I was speechless. The friend I knew was gone, replaced by a stranger consumed by jealousy. I walked away from her that day feeling completely broken. I lost the project. I lost friends. I lost my confidence. For weeks, I couldn't even pick up a pencil. The joy I once found in creating was gone, replaced by anxiety and fear. The internet had convicted me without a trial, and the person who lit the match was my own best friend. I wanted to disappear, to delete all my accounts and hide from the world. And I almost did. But one night, scrolling through the endless stream of hate, I saw a comment from a longtime follower. It said, "Show us the process. Show us the truth. We believe you." It was a tiny flicker of light in a vast darkness, but it was enough. That comment sparked an idea. They wanted a story. I'd give them the real one. I spent the next 48 hours locked in my studio, not creating art, but creating a response. I didn't want to just write a post saying, "It's not true." I needed to show them. I gathered every piece of evidence I had: time-stamped files, video recordings of my process, initial emails with the client from months ago, even old text messages with Clara, where I had excitedly shared my first ideas for the project long before she claimed I stole them. I compiled everything into a video. My hands were shaking as I hit record. I didn't script it. I just spoke from the heart. I talked about my passion for art, my journey, my friendship with Clara, and the pain of her betrayal. I laid out the evidence, piece by piece, creating an undeniable timeline. I wasn't angry or vengeful. I was just hurt, and I wanted to reclaim my own story. I ended the video by saying, "You can steal an idea, but you can't steal a soul." My creativity comes from who I am, and no one can take that away from me. I posted it, turned off my phone, and for the first time in months, I slept soundly. When I woke up, I was terrified to look at my phone. But when I finally did, I couldn't believe my eyes. The video had gone viral. Not just a little viral, but explosively viral. It had millions of views. The hashtag #IBLIEVLX was trending. My inbox was flooded not with hate, but with thousands of messages of support from all over the world. Artists shared their own stories of plagiarism and betrayal. People I had never met were defending me, sharing my video, and demanding justice. The narrative had completely flipped. The truth, presented with raw, undeniable evidence, was more powerful than any rumor. The brand contacted me immediately, offering a sincere apology and reinstating the project with an even bigger budget. Other companies started reaching out, impressed by my integrity and transparency. My online community grew exponentially, filled with people who valued authenticity. As for Clara, the internet did what it does. Her own lies came back to haunt her. The same people who had championed her now saw the truth, and the backlash was intense. She deleted all of her social media and disappeared from the art scene. I don't feel happy about her downfall. I just feel a profound sense of sadness for the friendship we lost and the person she chose to become. This experience taught me a hard lesson. The world can be a cruel place, and people you trust can hurt you in ways you never imagined. But it also taught me that the truth has a power of its own. It might get buried under lies, but it never truly dies. And your real community, the people who truly support you, will be there to help you dig it out. Don't ever let someone else's bitterness dim your light. Your story is yours to tell. So tell it loudly, honestly. And never, ever give up. Thank you for listening, and for being a part of my journey back to the light. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories and creative content.